this has been like a full school year of him being a big brother, and he was a big brother like 2 weeks before his first day of kindergarten. And it like really dawned on me now of like how intense of a life change that must have been for him, and without even really knowing it, but just being like, hey man, you have this brand new human being at home. You're not really all that familiar with them. And now jump into like,
also like
you're in the system, man.
Yeah.
But like, also like you probably don't know how you fit into like the love.
Yeah.
And then we're also sending you away.
Right. Yeah.
I just had that moment. Like, there's almost been too much to stress out. That like the last thing on my mind has been that we have a baby coming. But I all of a sudden was like, oh fuck, like Goldie's life is about to change, and I haven't even had a moment to like mourn that or mourn the three of us as a family. Like, because I've just been like worried about where we're gonna live or how we're gonna make money, and then you're like, oh, but also we're bringing in life
100%. Yeah,
we're changing another life in the process.
Well, that was like I didn't even it didn't dawn on me until Nicole said it that our trip to Disney World, which was like more or less the baby moon, but all three of us, was like that was our last time as a party of three.
That was
that's a threesome.
That's a heavy.
It is. It's easy to say threesome.
That is a heavy moment, though. Like, I realized, I think it was Rosie and me went up to her mom's house the first week of September, like a month before the baby was born.
Yeah.
And she said it to me, like, there. She goes, this is the last time it's the two of us.
It's wild.
And I was like, holy shit, you're right.
Yeah.
I had a complete, like, existential crisis when we had the baby.
Yeah, because you're bringing sentient luggage with you everywhere.
But you're also, like, you're now an age where you can't fuck around anymore. Like for the longest time, I was like, me and Rosie never had a traditional marriage in that, like, when I worked in England, we wouldn't talk for 5 days and it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
Like, and we're comics, all of us are comics. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm 40 and I'm only going to get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a kid. I lost my mind.
Well, that's what's interesting. So outside of even just the kid stuff, you guys, you're both married to comedians, which is something like take you two out of it. Yeah. Like take you guys out of it. That's something I would never do.
You want Rosebud and Robbie to get together?
Yeah. I want them to find each other eventually. So if you guys could take yourselves out of your relationship.
They text.
I know that's what's important to them too.
They text. They have a lot in common.
They write together.
They write together. Oh yeah, they write together.
I
had a writing partner in college.
But this is a new phenomenon, meaning successful comedian marriages, and sure, Rich and Bonnie exist, but I'm talking about in the new age, and like that have children that are going for this weird life, traditional home sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like I'm having my own time with it, and the other person that I'm with doesn't even want attention. So I can't imagine what it's like to have two of me with what you guys are going through.
Yeah, it feels stupid. I know you guys have had this happen too, where it's like we both have a spot Saturday night, so we'll get a babysitter, so we'll just make no money,
right?
Yeah.
And we'll tell the same jokes on stage. Like if I was working on something, I'd be like, "This is worth it." But it's like, it just.
Do you know what I've considered?
What
is sitting my kids on the couch and doing a crowd work clip instead of driving into the club? I'm like, fuck it, I'll do a goddamn clip.
That's some real.
Where you from?
That's a pandemic mindset move right there. That's a hey, we did this once, maybe it'll work again.
Go viral.
I was considering doing that for a special, like sitting my nieces and nephews and my sons in a living room and just telling my actual set, like come and all.
Jesus.
I love it.
Yeah, maybe I should film each part separately, but
maybe you should call it "Come and All."
Taken away.
Coming all.
Yeah, each one is like a separate just stage shot to then audience reaction.
All. But this is how fucked up we are that like we get to that point that we're like, maybe we should just maybe I should do a special for my children.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's like we're always looking for the newest thing that we're like, maybe this is it. And it's such a like, isn't it exhausting to think that way too?
Yeah, constantly.
Isn't it crazy?
But it's also
it's like being an innovator of the least important inventions of all time. It's like, how do I make a whoopee cushion more efficient?
What if I make the text on my clip yellow? Is that going to help it go viral?
I also, and I don't know if you guys have this, I recently have had to do this thing where it's like, I'm a comedian. That's the job I'm trying to do.
Right.
Because for the
That I
last
chose.
20 years, I've gone like, but maybe I can do this also. Or maybe like, you were talking about like you might be done in 2 years or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 years is a really like that's
Yeah.
a long time, but
Like
considering
yesterday I looked at like, how do you get into HVAC? Because I tried to get an HVAC quote for our new apartment, and it was like $40,000 to put in an AC. And I was
You
like,
were
wait,
like,
he's gonna make $40,000 to put in. I can put in an AC.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like
Yeah.
I've daydreamed about a lot of things lately, like UPS driver, FedEx, or something like that. The immediate concern is a marijuana test, of course, and then I have to like get into a union. Like it's a real. That's a real.
I don't know if they
gig.
do the. I worked for UPS and smoked a lot of weed, so I
Oh,
think
really?
you might be okay.
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, my mom's boyfriend works for UBS and smokes a little weed.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
it's the Teamsters. The Teamsters don't.
Honestly, if somebody were to DM me with a job opening for UPS right now, this might be the last episode.
That happened to me. I told this podcast how long gone I was like, I just want to be a copywriter, and I got like 3 DMs that were like, "Are you sure?" Because I work at a copywriting agency.
I'm glad you finished that because at first I thought you were just going to say cop for a minute and I got very nervous. I just want to be a cop and I was about to be like, Andy, I didn't know.
I would love to watch Andy on horseback as a cop.
Oh, please be a part cop.
If you could just become a detective, I would do it.
Like just go straight to homicide crimes.
Yeah, like if it's just like
Only if you
you're
could wear a
wearing a
trench coat.
suit, and you're
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you're not like roughing up teenagers.
Sitting on the corner of a desk.
You want to be a noir cop.
Yeah, exactly. I want to
Yeah.
be SVU.
Yeah.
If somebody casts for SVU, that would be even a better option. I would like to not take the police entry.
Yeah,
exam.
honestly, I'll be somebody's manager at this point. I'll do any
But
career.
you know what? We talked about the dream. The dream for me with the comedy dream. I
Yeah.
talked about like the coffee roaster.
Yeah.
This is on another episode. I talked about how like I would love to like work in some kind of like hands-on small business where we have like a warehouse. And you like go out and you like shoot hoops during lunch.
You're touching the dirt
Yeah.
and you're patting the workers on the shoulders and you know everyone by their first name.
But it's not like it's like small business.
Yeah.
You live in Eugene.
You're making honey.
Some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
But I think the comedy version of that is like a YMH thing where you have like your studio.
Yeah.
Like that's the dream in this. Is
Totally.
that we get to like buy studio space somewhere that we can like set up like a ping pong table.
All I want to do is have my own Rob Dyrdek fantasy factory.
Yeah.
Like just that, with just things that I like. There would be no ramps for skateboarding.
Oh, we all need to grow up. All of us are.
Do we
we're-
though?
Well, we
Do
do.
more
Yes.
fantasy factories?
But also, I understand it's like you want your own small business in the comedy world.
yeah.
It makes
Your
sense.
baby's just in there listening to it. Like,
Self-abort.
Please give me away.
Christ.
Give me away when I'm born, please. No, I get it. It's so hard. But also because this job has just changed so much in the last 10 years. And I'm sure I've spoken to both of you guys about this just in the terms of when we speak about comedy. It's like when 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when we probably all around the same time started, it's like it was just get on stage, do this. There was actual things, and now there's look, there's 3 cameras and 3 lights around us.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know that this was where we were going.
I
Yeah.
literally,
Like we didn't know there was going to be so many other fucking things and so many other now rooms to get into and
No,
ceilings
this
to try
business
to
is
get
a lot like my parents' marriage, where like it
It
started
changed.
out that my father was an actor and like kind of this hippie and like, total free spirit, like had gay friends, all that stuff.
I often think about
And
comedy
then-
like your parents'
Yeah,
marriage.
and then he
Often.
immediately calcified from just a stretch of bitterness. Took his Series 7, became a boiler room pump and dump sociopath, and
Oh,
is a
really?
total different fucking person.
That's
what
wild.
I'm curious about, like the
different.
audience as well, because we're talking about comedy, but this must be happening across industry, not just in entertainment, but
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
because of
where
all
it's
the
like,
AI shit.
you enter into
Well,
a
the
thing
AI
and it's
shit.
totally different.
Even just think about the scientists that all were like, science surely isn't going away. And then we had an administration that was like, we don't care for cancer research.
yeah, we don't
we
like
don't
science.
we're not really into testing for lead in applesauce. So like, do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like
was a
there's
good
I'm sure-
impression.
thank you so much. I was doing an impression of Matt Friend actually.
okay.
Friend of the pod, Matt Friend.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of
Hey.
the pod. We gotta get him on.
I know.
got
Get him
to.
on.
I did a thing. I did like a Hail Mary with Matt Friend. Where
Did you?
He posted a clip and I quote tweeted and I said, I hope this guy gets aphasia. And then he just DM'd me, and it was like all the messages prior were from like 10 years ago, and they were like, "I'm a big fan. I love your."
I love it.
And I just had never seen them. And he was like, "Hey man, what the fuck is this?" And I was like,
You wished Bruce Willis upon me?
"Oh man." But anyways,
Yeah, but you're right. I think across jobs, this is happening. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even just think like, even at restaurants, people are now like, use the Q. We're not even
QR code. We're not
We're
even going to
not
talk
even
to you. You
going
better tip
to-
us.
we work at the airport now. I tag my own JetBlue luggage. I
Yeah.
check myself in. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, I need health then. I
Yeah.
need health benefits if I'm going to put
That's
my
why
own
I-
baggage on the thing.
that's why I shoplift every
check
time I
it.
go to Whole Foods.
Even, yeah.
It's
same.
a good,
It's a
it's a good
bonus.
move. Yeah, it's
Even
like,
on JetBlue, the snacks are in the middle. You get your own snacks now.
right.
They don't even fucking bring you the water.
No, and then you ask the
I
fucking
work for you.
extra from a Rough Riders video behind the counter how you pay for something, and they're like, "Fuck you!" Like, all right, see you
The
later.
worst is that if you like, it makes sense that we would have to make content. But if you have a salon, you have to make. If you have a real estate office,
Everybody has to
you
make
have to make content. Do you know how embarrassing that is? If
Yes.
you're a
Sorry,
commercial.
but you're saying this dressed like a little boy.
I know.
With your backwards hat.
You literally,
I
you
pull out a
look like
slingshot.
you look like my buddy right now. You
I
look
know.
like my buddy.
I tried to look like my buddy.
buddy.
I knew that was coming out.
You really do look like a sweet little boy.
I know. I'm 43 years old.
I mean, and I'm wearing a baseball
You look
jersey
like-
as if I'm
remember
somehow.
that movie Jack?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Was that Robin
Jennifer
Williams?
Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez.
And Jennifer Lopez was the
oh,
teacher.
Man, I'll take the red gummy bears. They're my favorite.
Oh my
Love that
God!
movie.
You're like, lady, stop hitting.
Yeah. Why are you speaking all
All
whispery
those,
to your
all those
student?
movies when it was like even like big, like all those movies when it was like a kid inside a man, they still all got really wildly sexual.
It was so weird.
Very
he fucked
gross.
her. He fucked that lady.
He did fuck that lady
Who?
in
In
big.
big. Tom Hanks fucks his,
As the kid?
Yeah,
no,
well,
as
he's
the adult.
Tom
But
Hanks.
he's kid brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's
Yeah.
like Inception pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's a boy, so it's awesome. It's a boy, so it's like
Yeah,
the
it's
coolest
fine.
thing
Well,
that ever
same
happened.
with Jack. Jack was technically a 10-year-old boy, and
Yeah.
then the nanny named Fran fucking blows a hit of cigs in his face and kisses him. And it's like, this is uncomfortable. What's going on here? We've established he's a boy.
He's a boy. I know. We were watching. We rented Dunstan Checks In the other day.
The
Rented
Matt
it.
LeBlanc vehicle.
No, that was a different monkey
Oh,
movie.
the boy from the Santa Claus.
the boy from the Santa Claus, Jason Alexander.
Jesus Christ.
Paul Rubens in a which made me be like, we needed more of Paul Rubens. We did not get enough of him.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
He was
Pee-wee.
also a cop
He-
in Matilda.
He was so funny, so great. But it was back in the day, kids' movies. They like everybody like they smoked in them. Like it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
they were very
Ripping butts.
the kids' movies back in the day were very for the grown-ups. Like you just watch these things and you're like, that was
we were
a
just talking about
sexual
we were
joke
just talking about witches
Yeah.
with the mice.
with Angelica Houston.
Yeah, where she rips off her face.
She's terrifying. It's like the scariest shit in the world.
Yes.
We would never show our children that now.
No. Although, you know what, we do show them like Nightmare Before Christmas, which somehow is a kid's cartoon,
It's
but
scary.
Yeah.
scary as hell.
Yeah.
I watched it, I think, after an egg retrieval surgery, and I was like, I can't handle this
You
right
were
now. I'm
still
still
on
on fentanyl.
fentanyl?
I really was kind of like, I can't believe this is like children are like obsessed with that movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just watched Matilda. That's why I brought that up. We watched Matilda for the first time. It was just on TV at
About
my
abusive
at
parents?
my in-laws. Yeah, and the whole thing is about parents that don't give a fuck about their kid. It ends happily with them giving the child to a teacher.
Yeah.
And it's just like the Danny DeVito's like, "Fuck this kid, we gotta go."
And the whole backstory that girl's
Mom was dying.
and they're
Yeah.
like, well, you signed the contract,
Yep.
kid, so you've got to do this movie. Like,
That's insane.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
and
Yeah.
then she did like 6 open mics.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, I know
What's her
she was
name?
like a writing.
Mara Wilson or
She
something.
was
Mara
what?
Wilson.
She was
Yeah.
a friend of mine. Went to either with like her roommate in college or something like that. But she was like, she was like a writing.
Yeah.
She like went into writing and
Yeah.
But we just understood that like some adults were our biggest nightmare because when my son watched the movie, he's like, "Wait, why is the principal locking them in a spiked closet? Like what? Like
Yeah.
what's going on?" And I'm like, "Well, adults used to do that."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
"Aren't you glad that you were born now?"
it's wild.
There was like kids movies like kids' stories and shit where like an old witch ate the kids.
Bony Legs.
Yeah.
You ever read that book?
I mean,
It's why I'm afraid of claw tubs to this day.
I don't know what Bony Legs
Bony
is.
Legs is about a kid that like happened upon a witch in the woods named Bony Legs, and she lured him into his house, tubbed him up in a fucking claw tub, try to like cut up carrots, I think, and make him into a stew, and it's like him sprinting from her the whole book. I don't really remember it, but
it's terrifying.
Why
I
would
remember
they
the
do
feeling.
this? Why? Who in an adult brain? You know what that is kind of the equivalent now is like okay, that was an adult brain that was like, this is a fun concept for children.
Yeah.
It's like the same way I feel about the YouTube videos where it's clearly old grown up man hands playing with toys.
I hate that.
For
that's
kids.
terrifying.
I fucking hate it. But also it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why are you opening dino eggs and being this guy had
You know
he
they're
had-
just like freshly
he
washed
had-
from the cum.
dude, he had
Why are there
full-
liver spots on this
full
person's
calluses.
hand?
No, I saw this guy and he was doing, and it was like just full calluses right
like a
here
former-
and like
it's
dry knuckles.
Like a
and I was
Rust
like,
Belt guy. He doesn't know how to make money anymore.
but I'm like, yeah, why are you why are you doing colored cars? Right? Like, and
you know what
and Goldie's watching this and I'm like, absolutely not. Like I draw the line on grown-ups playing with toys on YouTube.
I had,
it disgusts me. It makes me, it's disgusting. It makes me
I think
sick to
grown-up-
my stomach.
I'm going to start a
and
channel.
This is gonna
They're
hurt.
making a shit ton of money.
This is gonna hurt Greg Stone's feelings, but I don't
no.
like the adult toy thing.
Oh, because he's got a lot of
And
action figures.
I support
Yeah, but he
him.
only does it to get kids.
I was like, what?
It took a minute to be like, oh,
Like
that's
I like
not
it
right.
as like a
That's not
collector
right.
thing, but like these people that I don't know. I'm gonna step back on this because I don't.
Well, so you guys got me thinking, why adults? Because I actually don't think they were doing it for children to appeal to children. I think it was the same thing that they got like through religion as kids. So they were doing it as a thing of control,
The
behavioral
YouTube people?
control. No,
Or the kids' movies?
Matildas
The
and kids'
90s,
Oh,
movies
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh.
Like putting scary stuff out there to like keep these fucking kids in line. The thing that bothers me the most is that my parents, I won't say yours, but my parents and the generation were like, always, we gave up everything to be your parents. We did all that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you actually didn't do dog shit. The entire world was catered to you and to us as like your fucking, like, you know, miniature poodles that you brought around
Yeah.
and showed people and told to shut up if we asked for anything.
I mean, like if you look at like an old slide, like a slide from our childhood,
It's hot metal.
it's the most insane thing. It's a ladder into the sky.
It's hot metal into a sandbox of death. All of it, everything. Yeah, if you look at everything from our childhood, it was, I mean, everything was dangerous. There's nothing catered towards us. Not a single fucking thing. But also, I do think we've swung too far now this way, where it's like, now everything, and it's like, we got a bounce pad, and everything's
Dude,
like
we were
2
just
inches.
in Europe. It was everything was catered to children. It was so nice.
It is.
It was so nice. Just because I have a toddler.
Yes.
If
No,
I was
get
a
it.
single adult, I'd be so annoyed.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, what Europe does, I think, from what I've seen, is like they balance it. So there might be a play place
On a
attached
bar.
to the bar.
That's what they do.
That's what it
'Cause
was,
it's-
yeah.
That's what they do that so that it's like in Spain, it's like we're all here. And I was reading this whole article. They're like, you know, in America, everybody shoves everything into the weekends. It's like the week is when we work and when we go to school and we go home and we eat and we do homework. And then the weekends is when we overextend ourselves because we're like birthday party. Where in other countries, they're like Wednesday night, we're going to go out to dinner. We're going to go to the bar. The kids are all going to play. We're all sitting out here. Like they don't put as much emphasis on a work week versus a
Also,
weekend.
we
like,
live
They
a
do
binge
everything.
drinking lifestyle when it comes
We
to
always
just
have.
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
I've never thought of it like that.
It's the same reason why they let kids, I mean, the kids drink in Europe too.
Right,
Because they're
right.
like, then when you're 21, you don't go overboard.
They're just kind of piecing it
Yeah, I remember me and Robbie were in France and we were next to like a 12-year-old who was drinking a non-alcoholic Heineken. And I'm like, I wonder what happened. I guess he's got stuff to do today. But like they don't like, you know what I mean?
You can't have a
I
full
got it
6%.
dry.
I got something. But like, even I had an Italian boss and she's like, oh my God, from age 9 at dinner, the kids would have a little snip of red wine.
I wanna
That's
get-
also why
I wanna get
Italians
my
are
daughter-
5'8" tops.
I want to give my daughter some wine sometimes. I would love to
Goldie's had non-alcoholic beer. I've let
get
her
her a
try
little
decaf coffee.
Get her a little loopy. I
Get
would
her a
love
little
that.
loopy.
I was thinking about when I worked in England, when I
Yeah,
worked in
yeah,
London, I would tell my employees, I had like subordinates, and I would be like, I need this, this, and this by the end of the day. And then they just wouldn't do it. And I'd be like, what are you talking?
That feels so freeing.
That is.
What if somebody told you to do something and you're like, I don't think so.
They literally just didn't do it, and I go, what happened with the thing? And they go, oh, it was 5. We were off. And I was like, oh, you're just done? And they're like, yeah. It's the end of the workday.
Yeah.
Think I'm going to keep working?
You mean I can't
remember
squeeze
there was
everything
that
out of you?
whole like uprising in France because what do they have, like a 29 or 39 hour work week or something, and they wanted to raise it 1 hour, and people were like,
they were burning cop cars.
They were in the streets, fucking throwing French onion soup on people.
It was the age of retirement. I think went from 56 to 58.
It was something insane where they were like, no, they were like, oh, no.
And retirement now. My dad retired this year at 80.
Oh, that makes me that hurts my heart. There's a woman that works at our building, and she's like got to be 70 something, and she's the slowest door woman you've ever met, and she has no idea what a package is, and she doesn't know numbers, I don't think. But like Robbie was just like, just feel bad. Like he's like, I was like, God, she's really slow, and he's like, don't you feel bad that she's working? And I'm like, now I do. Yes, I do. Like it sucks. Like I mean, think about us in this career. Like, are we ever retiring? Do either one of you have savings?
I married into money. I'm fine.
I know. Fuck you.
I have the Baker estate to fall back on.
All I have to do is just mind my P's and Q's.
To sell.
That's all I have
Don't
to do.
fuck it up, Andy.
I have to mind my P's and Q's. I have to look the other way occasionally, you know.
Yeah. No, I have a bunch
Take
of
some shit,
potato
take it up the
round
tail.
heads that didn't save my whole family and Nicole's. Wow.
Yeah, they go, Andy, how do you feel about Rosebud just talking all the shit about you on Netflix and these giant
she bought us a house.
podcasts? And I go, I'm going to retire at 48. I'll be thinking about a lot, man.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
love to.
skills home.
Yeah. I mean, but I think I'm like, man, this is not like.
No, but
I'm very close to, like, you know, you see those women sometimes if you sit in a bar and there's just like the old woman at the end of the bar with like just the single dollars in front of her just drinking a Bud Light. I'm like, I'm close to that. Like I could be the woman that just is just still on like single dollars or sitting like just still trying to get whatever.
Oh, as soon as I retire, as
You
in
guys
and
gotta-
escape to the shadows, I will go back to drinking.
you need to cash in. Your husband has a British passport.
I know.
You need to cash in on that because then you guys can go be old in Europe and live off their welfare.
We will. Oh, that's the thing there.
Yeah, like if you are old there, they just pay for your life. You don't get a pension.
What age is considered old? Because I feel pretty old.
I think it's probably like 60.
It's probably not that far away.
I think most of the world is like 55 seems like a good time to stop working. I mean, not like Iraq. But, you know, sub-Saharan Africa, I think they work until the air stops.
Yeah,
But,
no,
you know.
55 is.
I think my dad was lucky that he retired at 60, which is I think kind of pretty early in
It's
these
young
days.
for
Yeah.
Does that exist any? Like, do people retire? Is that a thing outside of like teachers and unionized jobs? Like, and sports?
And
like, does anybody retire?
I
That
don't
goes
know.
into what our conversation was earlier. I mean, like, we all have the looming, like, how do we survive?
How do we live?
But when we were in Europe and I wasn't trying to do comedy, I was like, it was so alien to me to go like, oh, I don't want to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of hustling.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I don't want to like think of a content idea.
I'm sick of
and
to-do lists.
allot it. And I want to walk through a park.
Do you know who's figured it out? Because what this reminds, like the talk
John
about
Hamm.
John Hamm. I did start watching that show, and I can't stop thinking about his cock. Like anytime he's in a scene, I'm just like, he's just got a fucking slug in his pants.
I moved one of their writers the other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the new John Hamm show?
Yeah.
But he's got the face of a guy with a big cock. Like the face.
You think so?
Like you look at that
Like the
face
guy
and you go,
from,
you're big. You got big places.
He's got the same thing from
He's got
White
the-
Lotus. The dad from White Lotus also has
Yeah,
big,
he
but
big
he
does
said
cock
that was
face.
fake.
But that
did?
guy's
Yeah. He said that was
I
a
think that's
prosthetic.
real. I think that's his real
He said it
cock,
was
and
a
he just didn't want to.
Yeah, I think it was a skin prosthetic. Like it probably was just
But
like
he's
wearing.
European.
He's wearing a condom.
He's just wearing a condom. That's it. Oh, who's got it figured out? It's fucking Matt LeBlanc. Like because he's been like really open about like I made over $100 to $200 million.
So much money.
So I intentionally do nothing. He's like that's the whole point. It's like Tom Brady for somebody who chased and worked for excellence his entire life.
Sit down.
And became the greatest.
Go to bed.
Then signed a $300 million broadcasting deal. It's like, to what end, dude? Like, what? I get it that like you just got to stay busy and all this stuff and like, motivated and people that have that ambition. If they stop, they die. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. But it's also like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, where is that go? Where is that money going?
This a lot. Like, if you had money, like say you were like, what always pisses me off is like those Julia Louis-Dreyfus, the Nick Kroll's. It's like, you were already a billionaire. Why did you need this? You didn't need this.
Just donate your salary.
If you were rich, would you still do
yeah,
you would?
Yeah, but I would do it in a way that I would do it like Chappelle was doing it before he started sniffing his own dick
all the time,
which is like I would stop by places and not really collect checks. Like I would, if I had unlimited money and I really did not have to do this for like earning, this is my favorite fucking thing to do in the entire world. And I really mean that. Like purely stand up is like
podcasting in the basement.
Yeah.
Podcasting in a basement is number 2.
And
playing with my kids. But no, stand up in terms of like what fulfills me as a human being. It's the puzzle of the writing to then the transition into taking it in front of people.
You enjoy
and
the process.
Immediate reaction that you get, and that like that interaction that is going away, the human to human energy exchange, whatever you want to call it, that we have. I am purely addicted to that and would continue doing that no matter what. I do think though, like if I don't have any money and I have to stop and do something else, I'll never do this again. So it's either like that because it's like too painful.
When you're out, you're out.
Yeah, it's like too painful to do it with not like real stakes and not real trying to do something with it.
Yeah.
But if I had all the money in the world and I was just doing it, that's like a different thing.
The thing is I wondered like, she didn't say you made the money from the stand-up.
No.
Right? Like, so let's say you make $1 million, but you still can't.
Or somebody hands you $15 million today. You're still doing stand-up.
But you aren't necessarily going to.
But you're not at a Dave Chappelle. You're exactly who you are right now.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden you have $15 million. I think I would go live. I think I
would do it, but it would be like I would drop in to do shows where I was allowed to, and I would tour at clubs I loved.
Yeah, I'd go to Boston and Chicago.
But I would go running every day, and I would
I would just try. Yeah, I think I would just travel
buy
and
a house
eat
in the Cotswolds,
and have my just like rent out a big old table and just do dinner. It's like a little it's like a cutesy little old town village, kind of in England.
England, yeah, Devonshire, I think. Or something like that.
There's like no,
I lack the culture you both have.
It's like
it's Gloucester. Gloucester's the town.
Stone houses with like barely any lights.
That's how
Gloucester. But no, I think if somebody was like, "Oh, you're a millionaire now," I'd be like, "This is amazing," and I would just go live life a totally different way.
But I also think there's something that, and I don't think I'm like doing this better than anybody else, so I'm not trying to act like I figured it out. But
I need you to turn your hat backwards again.
Okay. So guys,
I just feel like you can make a better point this way.
I'm trying to think of like I pull a frog out of my pocket.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club starts in 10 minutes.
Your old gum behind your ear. Okay, now go ahead. Make your very serious point.
No, but like, going back to like what you said about how it used to be. Yeah. I got all that stuff. I got all the stuff where you showed up and you get the stuff and then you're set, right? Yeah. And then I fucked it up and then I did not get it again. And then the world changed. Mm-hmm. And now I get to headline clubs and I get to occasionally do things that are prestigious every 2 or 3 years. But then I also don't make enough money. So I have to go and work jobs that are humbling. Yep. And I recently, you're like talking about like if you had to go do something else, it would like be painful. I hated, like I beat myself up for years that I had to do something else because all my friends around me got like rich, like literal rich, doing what I do a little different. Yeah. And I was like, I'm broken, I suck, they hate me, whatever. And that's why I have to do this job. And then like recently I was just like, I actually kind of like moving. And I also kind of like that I'm not just this successful comic because it gives me like a little bit of insight into an actual human. Like how many people do we know that we covet their kind of lifestyle,
And they're miserable.
but do we actually want their morals,
I wouldn't even want their life.
Yeah,
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
also a lot of them. You look at them and we were talking to, I was talking to this, on my podcast with this Broadway guy.
What if I turned and I just instantly became a different podcast and I was like, name names?
No, I was,
Plug the pod.
No, what'd you
What's
say?
it called?
It's Broadway, bitch. If you are a Broadway fan as well as a comedy fan, come on over. But I was
I
interviewing.
do start a lot of episodes singing, so you might.
Listen, I know you're
He's
you're
actually
you're a dramatic boy.
He could
I'm a
be in a
songstress.
musical.
You are, and your sister's saying you come from a musical.
They're
family.
very talented.
But I can name it Alex Brightman, who is like my dream guest. He was Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Yeah.
He was in School of Rock. He's done. He's like he was in Shark is Broken. He's like somebody that you're like you are successful, and he will say like I have been successful, but it's like at what point do you get to enjoy success? He's like I was just working so much that these people like people that we see in our industry that we're like they're doing so well, but they don't ever. When do you get to enjoy it?
Well, I was curious.
To what point? When do you get to say no? To what point does success get to just be something you
Dude, I was
sit
thinking that
in?
about
Or
Matt
even-
Rife. Matt Rife hasn't been
sit in.
home in like 3
But
years.
even
Yeah.
Dude, that kid is living out the Space Jam Michael Jordan on Moron Mountain contract, like
Yeah.
where he's chained and he gets to play
Yeah.
one-on-one with people and they beat him. He's like signed to whoever the fuck for 10 years to like work off this contract.
But I don't even-
it's awesome, but it's like, that's a lot.
When do you enjoy success?
Yeah.
I don't
When do you
even
become successful?
I don't even know if it's like I think you can have that horrendous schedule and you can say yes to a lot of stuff, but I think it's like there's so many people that they like personally like retain. They're like, oh, like I'm so fucking busy. I got so much to do. And it's like you have to remind them, like, when you started this was
It
the
is what you
highest
want.
form of the dream that you even
But that's the
to
trick, right?
manage.
Is that it's like even you talk to some other people who are like, once you hit what you want, it does become a job. So it's no longer a dream. Now you're just working to stay.
Yeah.
And then that part I think feels a little like, cause it's like, I made it now how do I stay there?
Yeah.
And then that's a whole fucking different game that I think doesn't feel as good as getting, right?
100%.
Like
It's
Yeah.
because you don't have to be idealistic if you just get success, right?
what do
like-
you mean?
Like we have to go. I have to be at peace with where I'm at, right?
Yeah, and
Tim Dillon never has to be at peace with where he's at because he's on a private jet. You know what I mean?
Tim
He
Dillon will
has to
never
go
know
like,
peace.
I would be at peace.
He will never
where
know
he
peace.
is.
But you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to go like, you know what? I wanted this. You know, it's like, no shit, you fucking
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to drive around LA in a Cullinan. Of course. It's a $400,000 car.
Yeah. You own properties.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I know. It's like yes, I guess.
I don't want to
Because I
have
guess
to
Tim-
practice gratitude ever.
Yeah.
I hate practicing gratitude. I would love to just be gratitude.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he did.
I've never once been grateful. I don't think I have.
I've never once thanked anything.
Come on, guys.
I've never once looked around and been like, this is pretty stellar. This is pretty stellar. Yeah, I mean, I guess there are these guys that reach that thing where Tim is like, Tim can kind of do whatever he wants. He's got this thing and he's making enough money that if he were to stop, he'd be fine. Yeah, I guess you're right. But he's working a job. Like, I mean, think about how much stuff he has to put out just to maintain if he wants to stay. You know, I guess that's what I'm saying.
I think the staying thing is definitely stressful. But I
But
I don't know.
you're right. He doesn't seem stressed.
No, but I never understood it before, and I also never understood the fight for relevancy
Yeah.
until I started touring consistently and then having to maintain that schedule to maintain the money that I'm making.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, so I'm not like famous, but I'm nationally touring and and I've made the money that I make, and that then set the table for like, not necessarily what my family expects, but what
Yeah.
I expect to make for my family.
Yeah, I mean, my brother-in-law thinks you're the most famous guy in the world.
That's really nice.
He really loves you.
I really love him.
He really
Don't you
loves
love
you.
it when people think we're famous?
Yeah,
And you're like,
it makes
My
it
God,
Actually, I
it is-
actually
it's
don't.
so
It makes
silly.
me feel bad. It makes me feel bad when people think I'm famous because I feel like I let them down by being who I really am.
yeah. I know what you mean.
You know?
Where you're like, oh man, you don't know, do you?
God, I wish I could tell you, but then that would destroy
But
me,
then
having known I killed off
I
my
know,
only
but then
fan.
isn't this the thing though that we sit here as people that are like, we're not at this level, but we're not starting out. But like there are people under us that would love us.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
And so, but it is hard because then you kind of go, oh, me, I've done dick. Like I don't, people can't even pronounce my last name. Like, you know what I mean? Like nobody knows I'm not shit. But then there's somebody looking at you being like, I want to tour like Mike Cannon. I want to tour like Andy. I want to, be like, just look like Casey, like I'm just kidding. I want to just be here. No, but you know what I mean? Like I always think about that in the sense of like, there is somebody below us looking at us like we are something, even though, so there is that thing when people are like, oh my God, it's Mike Cannon. Like it's hard to kind of be like, yeah, it's me. But like that person does think you are that person.
Totally. Can I tell you a fun story about being in the middle of that, about like having interactions with people that know you and then also not those interactions?
Yeah.
So I was at a lacrosse game this weekend for my wife's cousin, and we're at this tournament. It's the whole thing. And this woman came up to me and she was like, Mike? And I'm like, looking over at my wife like, another adoring fan. But I'm just like kind of confused. I'm like, oh, hi. Hey, like, not now, go. Like kind of, whatever.
A sporting event.
It turned out to be like my sister's best friend from childhood that I've literally known since I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
But I was in this mind frame of I'm not sure where this person, how I know this person. So I like half big timed and then spent the rest of the afternoon trying to like make up for it and be like, sorry, I'm new to getting recognized, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, those moments where you're always like, well, I owe you. Oh, I'm just, you're here to give me the bill.
Oh, and my family will hear about this.
I remember I was like talking to some comic that's like, maybe 5 years older than me, but also like I knew him as like, I'd kind of looked up to him. Like I just loved his act kind of thing. And we were like, happened to be on the same show. I thought he still like lived in LA or something. And I was like, man, I got this fucking weekend coming up. It's like, this sucks, this thing. And he goes, man, I wish I could work that club. And I was just
it's
like,
shit like that.
what?
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, yeah, I've written them like 20 times and they won't respond. And I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
that happens a lot. That
Yeah.
I mean, it is that. Did we start the podcast, by the way?
no.
Oh yeah, beautiful boys, everybody, with guest Casey Balsham. We literally did not introduce her,
That'd be
did we?
All right, Nicole,
funny.
ready to start?
Yeah.
If we were like, no, do we do like a pre-show? We kind of get into the swing.
Nicole, put this at the beginning, and then
We do an hour and a half.
Here's the intro, guys.
And then we start the show.
yeah, and then we just talk about everything collapsing.
Yeah, I was like, all of a sudden we were talking, and then we put the mics to our mouth, and I was like, I guess this is the podcast.
This is how we enter everything.
That's weird. I was thinking about this the other day about like we were in London and then we attacked Iran. And this happens to us now.
You did. I wasn't a part of that.
What?
You said we attacked her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We didn't-
I
we
got
didn't-
the email.
Yeah, I didn't do shit.
I actually got a DM from Pete Hegseth that said it's on. And I was
Your
like,
signal went off, and emojis.
whoa, that's crazy. Bomb, flame,
Smoke,
barbecue,
crater emoji.
American flag.
Bubble hashtag wicked.
But no, you see these things where you're like, oh, it's the end of society. It's
We're
World
done,
War III.
dude.
And then nothing happens. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But I think things are happening. This is like, okay, this is my thought on life and society right now. I feel and money and all this stuff. It's like, 'cause I just was talking to a friend and she was like, she is dealing with some stuff with her partner about saving money, and they do well. They do well. But like, the partner doesn't really want to go and kind of do stuff sometimes. And it's just like, I don't think we can go outside in summer in 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like our lives right now, like we kind of have to attack and kind of need to like remember that our kids get one childhood.
Yeah.
And like we could save the money, and then when they're 30, be like, guess what? We're finally going to Utah. Like or something. But like it's like we kind of like, even as whatever our situation is now, like I do feel like it's gonna be 120 degrees at some point. So it's like, give your kids sugar. Do things, travel,
non-alcoholic beer.
give him decaf. Goldie drinks decaf coffee almost every morning. It's decaf. It's from Dunkin'. It's iced down, whatever. But she likes to have it with her
The other day-
morning donut. So
That is so funny.
The other day-
She's just smoking a fucking powdered sugar cigarette and drinking.
She's like,
fucking
my doctor said that caffeine was bad for
she-
my heart.
The name's Goldie.
I know. Well, me and Robbie have coffee, so she's like, and I just at some point I'm like, it's not worth the fight. It's like, here, take a sip,
Oh,
and
I
you
love
assume
that.
she's gonna hate it, and she's like, more, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. But also, like I said, we don't know. I don't know if she can go outside. I don't know if there's summer vacations in 20 years. So it's like whatever we're striving for, like we kind of have to pretend like we're there right now because our kids have one childhood.
Yeah.
It maybe the world could be. It could be fine. Nothing could happen, but it could be completely fucked. So it's like, I think we just all have to live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of our lives. Never save. Go to Italy right now. Eat the pasta. Do the things because we don't know. The
in 5
Maldives
years-
are sinking.
Yeah.
Venice might not be here. You gotta go.
I do really want to involve the audience too, because I want to hear what it's like for other people, because I think it's similar. So the reason why I say this is because all of my friends, or, people that, it's so weird to say it like this, but people that didn't necessarily go after their dreams.
Your brothers.
My brothers. No, not them, but other people seem like, well, that's what you get for not getting a real job. And it justifies them playing it safe.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But then
Yeah.
I also know people that are really intelligent, very successful, people that have been working in the corporate world for a very long
They
time.
don't do anything.
And they're they've gone from, they're my age, so they're 40. So they're in this purgatory of life
Yeah.
where they're almost too successful and they're being paid too much. So now they're being fucking lopped off at the top and made to try to then compete for a position amongst kids that are undercutting them salary-wise, overperforming technology-wise, understanding how to access AI and all that stuff.
And they've spent their whole life also not doing anything.
Right.
Just working.
Your
not
joke
experiencing.
about, by the way, your joke
I
about
thought you were pointing to something.
being in a lost generation between tech and
Yeah.
that's one of my.
What is it?
It was about how I don't know, we're the only generation 85 where it's I had 1 foot in analog, 1 foot in digital, and I don't know how to
I used to
make
say,
money in
we know
either era.
VCRs and VR. We're just, we've seen it all. It's very strange. The kids, because you're saying people that don't follow our dreams. I think we are the last generation of people that aren't, because if you talk to anybody you talk to a 9-year-old, they all want to be YouTube influencers. They want every single
We were just
person
talking
now,
about that.
every single kid now wants to follow their dreams. I'm somebody has to work at the bank.
Yeah.
You cannot be a singer
It's a
because
robot.
you have to sell cars.
But then you're I don't know,
can't.
because
You can't.
maybe AI takes all the fucking service jobs, and then the rest of I joked about it. I made fun of it. It's so funny. I did stand up on the spot upstairs, Jeremiah's show.
Oh, yeah.
And something happened. I think Sypha was talking about how everybody's promoting products to the point where everybody there's going to be nobody to buy the products, everybody. And I was like, that's how I feel about content. Is we're all going to be outside live streaming ourselves, and the person next to us is also live streaming ourselves.
That's what it is.
And there's nobody left to even watch this shit. And then I realized midway through my sentence, I was saying it on a YouTube show.
Yeah.
So I was like, my bad, Jeremiah.
I wanted to do
Yes.
a man on the street show where I just went up to people doing man on the street.
What do you mean? You just go
That's
to
a great idea.
What do you mean?
Dude.
Wait. How would you do it?
You just go to Washington Square Park where
Yeah.
all these guys are lingering around trying
Yeah.
to get people, and as soon as they start their
That's a-
interview, you just walk up and you go.
You just go, what's your body count to the
Yeah.
interviewer? And they're like, what? And you'd be like, how many people have killed themselves following your interview?
Oh my god! You man on the street, the man on the streets.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, man. We're there's so many weird ways this thing could go.
Well, and that's
this thing of us. Of
we were
people.
just also talking where it's tough, because if you don't have a 360 scope of body of work, if you just kind of focus on one series or one thing, then you become famous for that one thing and you're man on the street, and then you don't necessarily sell for stand-up, which is what the whole point of trying to go viral
Is.
in the first place,
Yeah.
or at least for us. And then you end up being oh, so
Flow
am I
from
am I
Progressive.
a show host?
Yeah.
That's my real job. That's what actually makes money, and stand up is my hobby that I hope these people kind of gravitate towards, but they aren't.
Yeah.
Literally, Flo from Progressive is a millionaire, but she wanted to be an actress.
She's in fucking Heartbreak Kid. She's funny in that movie.
She's in a couple things.
Yeah.
Is she?
She's great. Yeah.
She was
she
a
wasn't-
Second City chick. She was like,
I take it back, Flo.
No. But
If
I
you're
think
watching.
I think you're right though. Is that she was a struggling actor, and then she booked that, and it became her whole life. And I think that at some point she had to literally go, "I'm walking away unless you let me do other stuff."
Yeah.
Because she
Same
like,
with the Verizon guy, I think,
yeah,
too.
like
Yeah.
where she was like not allowed to act in anything else
Yeah.
for like 10 years.
That's a long
Yeah,
time, but
that's
that's also
wild.
so much money. Yeah, so it's like that's that, and then that,
Golden
and then that
handcuffs.
becomes the thing again. It's like, are you in this because you love it, or are you in this to make money?
Yeah.
And where do you, if you're getting the one and you're still kind of doing something that's adjacent to what
Yeah.
you wanted in the first place?
no, I mean, I think
it's a
that's
tough thing. If somebody was like, you could be Flo for 10 years, but that's all you can be, but you're going to make $15 million. I think maybe at 23, I would have been like, fuck
No
you.
way.
But
Yeah.
at 43, I'm like, I'll be
Yeah,
Flo.
100%.
I'll be Flo for less than that.
Well,
I'll be
because
Flo
what-
the rent until I fucking die for
I'll be the
$7
blonde
million.
guy.
show business careers are not darts, it's grenades and horseshoe. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like you're hoping for like collateral damage. You're hoping to like kind of get something on the perimeter, if not
Pinata.
the
You're
exact
just like, I
thing.
just want a
Yeah.
lollipop or two.
Yeah, especially now because it's like I heard something like the average TV writer now makes like maybe what I think it was something like $45,000 a year because it's like if you're lucky you get a TV writing job, right?
Yeah.
And then it's instead of being 20 episodes, it's 8. And instead of being a 8-person room that is there for 12 weeks, it's a 6-person room that's there for 6 weeks. And if your guarantee is that you make $6,000 a week, which we think, oh my God, that's so much money, $6,000 a week, I would
Yeah.
do everything with it. But then the
That's 6
likelihood
weeks.
that you're going to get another job,
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like with Showbit, like I think Tim was telling me this, that some kid on like one of the biggest, like Outer Banks or something like that, they're making $6,000 an episode. And
On
like,
Outer Banks?
yeah, like something like that. Like those actors don't make money anymore.
Nobody
Yeah.
makes money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, everybody else makes money. Like, so this
Yeah.
is the thing that, and I've spoken about this before, but it's like the actors don't make money, but Netflix isn't struggling. The executives
Yeah.
aren't struggling. Like similarly with comedy, and we've talked about this before, is like I get
like-
these quotes from fucking videographers on the road, and they're asking for like what I make,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to pay you that. Like, you have to know the market, which you don't. Your parents bought you this camera,
I
so you're
love
working
that.
from zero.
I've gotten so many of those. I've had to pay some of those guys because I didn't work out the details
Really?
beforehand.
Yeah.
And I get the video and I'm like, wait, how much? That's what I made. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I had a guy like be like, I'll bring 5 cameras. We'll do like a real shoot. It'll be great. $4,000 for the weekend. I'm like, I'm cool. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
This is not a special.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm good, man. Like, I guess that's cool that other people can do that and they have that much of a professional reach where they can have I would love to be able to deliver that to my 9 fans, like just a cinematic experience of what it's like for me to be in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I would love to do that.
He
And
just
I'm
got
doing the
back from
best I
Point
can.
Pleasant.
Spots
Yes.
on YouTube. Check it out. Fucking
Yeah.
young Jaden shot that. But it's the same thing. It's like, everything, it's like, when does the money come then? Because I'm paying all this out, which I am.
I know.
But I'm now the guy, I'm the CEO of a company that somehow he makes way less than every employee he has.
I
Yeah.
know. Well, that's even like, when comedy clubs are like, well, we need to stop paying the comics. It's like, then
Nicole cuts this whole
how are
episode. Nicole just like, I don't know what happened. It didn't
Oh,
record.
that's weird.
Oh,
Corrupt
it's not
disc.
there. So Nicole, why is there a garbage can full of flames behind you? I have no idea. I burned it. But no, it's even like, it's sometimes when comedy clubs are like, well, we can't pay you anymore. And it's like, well, then, but we're the thing.
Yeah.
We're the thing that goes inside
Otherwise,
the
you're
building.
an uneventful bar.
We're the thing.
Yeah.
You're a
you know.
fucking bar.
It is always weird to, I remember I was part of a large podcast media network that rhymes with smetches. And we did a live show and they were like, well, we're not going to pay you because we need to pay a videographer. We need to pay somebody to advertise. We need to pay this. We need to pay this. We need to pay this. I go, I want to do the show then.
Yeah.
Like, how about I don't do the show and you don't need to pay any of those people?
Right. Look
Like,
at
I don't
that.
need to
We
do
all
all
save
that.
money. We
Yeah.
all save money. and
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Let's just call it right
Yeah.
now. Give everybody the people that bought tickets. They'll save the $35 too.
Yeah.
like
And
why
No,
not?
you got to love those people that build an entire brand on empowering a group that they don't intend to pay.
Yeah.
That's
ding,
fun.
Ding, ding.
That's fun, right?
Ding, ding.
great.
Like we're all for women,
women
except they
supporting
shouldn't
women.
make a dime
Oh yeah.
Why did they have that voice?
because they're.
Oh, okay.
Smetches?
Oh, I
Smetches.
meant they are. Yeah,
They're smetches.
sorry.
Yeah,
Bleep
it
that.
was like one of those things where I was like, you're going to pay all these other people, but not the people presenting the show.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I was like, I'm not. And then they were like, oh, fine, we'll give you a limit.
Well, that's
And I
like
was
another thing.
Yes,
It's just
you'll give
like-
me money
Right.
because I am the show.
Yeah.
I am the show. What don't you understand
Oh,
about
I
me
pulled
being the show?
When
It
I was the
crazy.
host of Cosmos Sexy versus Skanky, and we transitioned
Were
to
you
a.
really?
I was, yeah, and I was the injected male opinion on this show, where like
From
almost
Cosmo
every,
Magazine?
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Almost every line, me fucking Glamo. That was our gay black fashion correspondent.
Love it.
And Lindsay Rodriguez, ex-host of TRL, The Final Incarnation in America.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool as shit chick. She was awesome to work with. But we did a couple seasons of the web show, and we're 100,000 views every episode, like doing well and getting,
great.
and people were into it. And then we did this live thing, and every live show they would put like our picture, like a thumb, like a little postage stamp in the corner, and then the guest that nobody could possibly ever know about, but was within their pipeline of who gives a shit.
Yeah.
And they would like promote them. So we tried like that whole thing of like, we're the show.
We're
and
the show.
you guys don't even promote us. Like, you don't even build up our brand. Like, this is like, and it was a fair thing. I definitely was like, this was my first job of 3 in a row. So I just assumed my trajectory was going to be a
It would never
rocket ship.
stop. Yes.
And then as soon as they were like, all right, we just don't have to do the show anymore. and they
love
cut
that.
the show.
you guys are like, we're not the show. We're not the show.
Yeah.
We're not the
Oh,
show.
Brutal. And then I just,
That's like,
I've gotten work since.
At Bleacher Report,
Point Pleasant.
they told me
True.
that it was going to be my show, the cartoon that I made for them. They're like, it'll be your show. You'll have we're just going to show you the ropes. And then like halfway through the season, all of my shit was getting like taken over by the people above me. And
Yeah.
eventually I was like, listen, you guys told me that this was going to be my shit. Whatever. Look how fucking successful it is. And they were like, you know what? You're right. You're fired and we're going to keep making the show.
You're right. You are a pain in the ass.
You're like,
You're
huh.
difficult to work with and we don't need you. We're doing quite well. And then I also said, I'm going to sue you. And they said, good luck.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Did you
great.
sue them?
I went to them with lawyers and they returned with the Turner Broadcasting lawyers.
Yeah.
And my lawyer said, do you think you have enough money to afford this? And I said, probably not.
No. That's like Zach McGovern taking on Viacom.
Probably
Yeah, exactly.
This really happened?
Yeah, what a dipshit. I mean, I like Zach. He's a good guy, but
What
this was
happened?
a misguided attempt at righting a wrong.
But this is why they get us. This is how they fuck us.
Right,
This
and
is
it's
why
he had a gripe. He had a real gripe where he presented a pilot pitch to them. They liked it. I think inevitably either said yes or no. He may have even filmed a sizzle reel
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
And then eventually they just did the show.
Yeah.
Like they just a version of it or like something kind of similar. It was different enough, but they did it. And he was like, you just stole my concept. I'm suing Viacom. And they're like, cool. And they gave him $3,000 and we're like, there's your pilot. Enjoy never working for a network ever again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you have to weigh that in mind where you're like, all right, is this worth the justice?
The best part of mine was that my manager
Is that me
at the
speaking
time,
crazy out of school about something? No, that's like a normal.
my manager at the time was like one of these, maniac managers that we get to work with because we're not making lots of money. And she goes, don't worry about it. I'm actually studying for the bar right now. And I was like, you can't get me a weekend at the Dead Crow.
Yeah.
You're
But when I
studying
do,
for the bar?
I'll be able to read the contract.
Yeah, great.
I'll be able to read whatever the club put through ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's fun.
we're all fucked. We're all fucked. This is
Is this an awful conversation? Like, are we
No,
appealing to
this is
anybody
great.
outside of this, or is this like?
No, I think this is like a huge insight. I mean, it's relatable, I feel like, to many fields, but a huge insight into like what this is really like. Because I
This
see
is
comments
insider.
of people being like, why are you complaining about this? Not even with this show, but across the board. Like,
Yeah.
why are you complaining about this? Like, you get paid to sit and talk. But so many of these comics are paying out of pocket money they don't have because they're expected to, like,
Mike
fund
bought
their
these.
Right,
life.
but yeah,
Mike
you guys
bought
say-
these with Cruise
I
College.
sure
Yeah.
did. Here's the
These
thing. Here's
purple
what's
cases.
true. Here's what's true is we're not being paid to talk. We're paying to talk
We are
to you
paying.
right
Yeah.
now.
These
so I hope
cameras
you
don't
fucking
come with
appreciate
the
it.
room. That's also, oh my God. That's also the thing to obviously we have friends that are very successful with podcasts
Yeah.
that are making millions of dollars that have caught the wind. They're riding the wave. They're doing it. And the rest of us are like, I think I got $2,000 a week. Do you know what I mean? Like the rest of us, I am up to my neck. I just got this guy that's going to help with branding. And I'm like, it's so much, there's so much work and there's so much things and there's so much money that you're paying people for clips and all this stuff that, yeah, I would love to get paid to just talk.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm on credit card debt. I am renting my own ideas to do a podcast.
I think I said this
basically.
on the podcast before, but the young elite whippersnapper twat kids have already destroyed journalism as a medium, and now stand up and content creation is next because they're going to be the only ones that can afford to shoot it. So it's going to be elites for elites content, and then they'll like try to spoon feed you whatever they think the poors are into as well, and that's literally what this shit is going to become, and what has already kind of become. You can even see it in some comedians that have gotten successful and have completely lost touch with any of the like shit that got them there in the first place.
I know. I mean, at least Substack's coming
You
back.
talking about Matt Friend again?
No, I don't know who I'm talking. I do know who I'm talking about, but it's just like it is one of those things. I don't fuck it. Who cares? I give up. I give up on that
Mike?
thought.
Mike, what just happened?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I don't remember really what I was going to say without incriminating myself or the other person, so
Okay.
it's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But I was saying at least Substack's coming back. So there is a poor version. There you can just still write, but then also put that behind a pay. Now it costs like
Yeah, now my mom can pay to
$12.
read my journal.
Yeah.
Sick.
I'm just saying I think that's like the only free content. That's the only free way we can make content unless we literally teach ourselves how to do everything. That's the thing. And that's when I say when this job changed because nobody told me I would need to know technology. Everybody said, write it down on paper. Just get
Yeah.
on stage, say yes to everything. And they all talked to me in that accent and they were like, just do it. But now it's like literally being funny and getting up on stage is the last part of this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so far down the line.
You don't get to just sit and write jokes and fuck around with your friends and then go, I'm going to try this tonight.
And
No,
isn't that
you're like, I'm gonna
for
do a
those of you
special
who
for my
say
children.
You don't deserve to, and I understand. Like hearing people say, I just want to fucking sit around and joke around and complaining about not being able to do that. I understand. That's an annoying thing to hear. But it's also, isn't that the American dream? Like, isn't that the entire idea is to just kind of like do nothing, but like do what you're good at and be funny and have fun and make money and like be of service. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm being really insecure about people listening to us bitch about comedy.
Well,
because
here's
it's
the thing.
Hold on, it's our own choice.
Yeah.
we chose. Nobody is forcing us to do any of
at
this
this
stuff.
point,
don't remember
we've
choosing.
worked ourselves into an
It's pot committed,
unhirable.
yeah.
We don't have any choice now.
I also don't remember, like, do you guys remember how you got here? I don't. I truly, if I were to look back and be like, how did I get, what am I do? Like, I don't remember.
Well, you started in a different state.
I did start.
I also wanna-
but I just don't remember
Did you
making
start
this the
in
choice.
Hawaii?
No, I started in California. I started in LA.
Oh, okay.
I did a couple spots in Hawaii that were just
That's
very
always
silly.
so interesting to me that you lived in Hawaii.
I had
It's pronounced Hawaii.
sorry.
Hawaii, if we're really being white about it.
Yeah.
Hawaii. No, I mean, I think for me, because I've always loved stand-up, but I've never been somebody that has needed it. I love when I don't have shows. I love taking time off. When I travel, I don't think about stand-up. I don't write jokes when I'm in Europe. I don't, like, I really love that it doesn't take over my brain, but I also think that's probably why I'm not further, because it hasn't been something that I'm like, it's my therapy. I'm like, no, I go to a fucking therapist.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't, whenever people are like, I got to get on stage and work out this thing that happened in my car today, I'm like, go, like, that sounds sickening to me.
That's
that
me.
sounds disturbing
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
that
is funny
sounds
because
disturbing
I
to
have
me.
all the thoughts and mind of a mega millionaire and none of the results.
None of the
all
mega millions.
Like of this obsessed comic who like thinks in bits and like theory and weird stuff, and all I do is ruminate all fucking day, and it materializes into nothing.
Well, that's I have the opposite,
Yeah, I've
which is
never
that
been like that.
if
I've
I get-
never.
like a seed of success, like
Mhm.
literally, like if like somebody writes me an email
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this thing?" I just start going like, "It's all turning around."
Yeah.
And
But I
everybody's
think that
gonna
that's
see.
actually healthy. I think that it's, and that's what we talk about the gratitude and things like that is being like, okay, like I'm not, and it always happens. I feel like you always get those things where you're like, oh, maybe something is going to go on with this when I'm like almost ready to fucking walk out the door.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, that's why
Like-
I'm threatening to quit so much
Yeah.
now in hopes that,
You're like, truly.
in hopes that it'll generate some interest.
Every time I'm like, I am done, something happens that kind of like resets me. And,
Yeah.
and it's almost upsetting because I'm like, I had made peace with it.
That's
I had
mine'll be the
made
worst thing
peace
too.
with
It'll
it.
be like a guy recognizes me at Penn Station, and I'm like, I
But
guess
that's pretty cool.
I can't let him down.
Well, I mean, that in the
Dude,
same
you
exact
feel-
way,
you feel some
I've
kind of
watched
loyalty.
Rudy too many times
Yeah.
to be like, this is my 8th rejection letter from Notre Dame. Did Rudy Rudiger give up or did he head down and keep going? And it's like that type of magic bullshit is poisoning my brain and has
Yeah.
for my entire life. And I'm living as if hard work equals results. Like where sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it does not.
It's like
lead where
dieting. You
Yeah.
can stop drinking, you can count your calories, and you can lose 1 pound, but sometimes you need to get on the shots.
But I think the whole thing that I want
Sometimes you need
to
to get on the Zampies.
the whole thing that I think is, and I was trying to say this earlier, is that I think what we really have to do is we have to like enjoy, like you say, like you want results,
Yeah.
and it's like this is the result.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is
We
like
do have to live for right now.
Yeah,
Like we
it's like-
have to be.
and that
But if this is the result,
tough.
then like, why does it come with so many problems with Mazda?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just so many Mazda problems that I'm like, God damn it.
But
I
a Mazda
fucking
is
would
a lot
love
better than the
life if
Kia,
Mazda
and if
didn't
you had a
exist.
Mercedes,
I have
you'd
a
be
Kia.
complaining about you know what I mean?
I don't think so. I
It
think
is.
you know what?
Sorry about the
I have a Kia.
Palisades
Your Kia.
Mazda in particular. If you're out there and you know Palisades Mazda, they have a literal. All right, forget it. I'm not
And
even gonna
fuck Bank of America.
Fuck Biggie and the whole crew as well.
Damn.
What is it? What does
You
it say
are
at
from
the end of that
LA.
song? And the whole bad
she's
boy
from-
staff is
she's
the
from
crew.
the Bay Area. Don't do that.
I'm from the
Bay
Bay.
Area and back down.
Bay
Cali is
Area.
with it. Put your Mac
But
down.
yeah, that's why it's this job is particularly tough. And yes, it is, but because we don't have somebody, we don't have a ceiling. We have to be our own bosses, which is so hard as a creative because we all have ADHD. Like none of us can fucking focus to save our lives. And we never know when it is good.
Yeah.
We're never satisfied or we are, and then
And
we
we're
get
never
knocked
off.
down. We're never off. It's a very confusing thing to be a creative. At the same time, like our lives are very cool.
Yeah.
We've done cool shit. I always have to remind myself that like, if I never get famous, if my career is that I'm never going to make enough money here, so I'm going to have to do some other shit. But I work in New York. I have friends that I like and that like me and that think I'm funny. And people sometimes come up to me afterwards and like me. And I get a clip or two that maybe some people write about. Like maybe is that okay? Is that I had another point.
Of course,
and
it's
then-
okay.
and then-
I mean, everything. It's like
I had a point, and it was going to be so
Do you remember
fucking good.
the thing
I
I
don't
sent
remember
you?
what it was.
The thing I sent you?
What?
I was on the plane, and the woman
Oh
next
yeah,
to
I
me.
was watching my video.
Yeah, the woman on the plane next to me was like, "Oh, you're a comic? I love this girl," and it was Casey.
It was
that's
me.
pretty great.
This is what I'm saying. I was 1 foot out the door. I was done with comedy, and then that thing went super viral, and all of a sudden people were like, "We want to see you live," and I was like, "Okay." It was a nice reminder to be like, "Hey, you are still good at this thing that you have worked on for a long time, even though you were tired of doing it."
Yeah.
Um,
But does that ever like, and not, this is not pumping my own dick here, but like, do compliments ever make you depressed? Because they make me depressed sometimes when like I'll do a show on the weekend that's half fucking filled and I'll do really great. It'll be an incredible show.
Yeah.
I'm connecting to people. There'll be young parents, like parents with kids my age that are like, dude, yes. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's exactly everything you said. Oh my God. And I'm like, like, come on, man. Like, this compliment fucking bums me out because why can't there be so many more of you? How can I reach you times a million
But this is the
or
thing.
times whatever? And I know it's like, it's gratitude, right? It's being grateful in that moment, which I am. And we, I think, talk about this a lot on the show where we bitch and moan, but at the same time are very like forward facing about how lucky we are in terms of our lives, our successes. Like I was having that thought today
got
where I'm
cool
like,
stuff. There's
maybe
some
the
cool
reward is just that like my fucking family is the shit. Like I haven't had nobody in my parents didn't have that great of a family. Like their family was a
Yeah.
fucking mess.
Yeah.
All this shit. Maybe the
Yeah.
reward is the fact that like I actually love my kids. I watched some, some hokey hopecore shit where it was like my dad, I knew a violent father and my dad knew a violent father and his father had a violent father. My kids will never know that.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
never.
Stopping
And
the
it's like,
cycle.
maybe that's it. Like maybe that's my whole point to be here is to just like, whatever, financially, maybe take it on the chin a little bit, have a hard enough time. I am showing my kids though, that you can succeed through determination and perseverance and like just fucking sheer work ethic just to continue to push forward. So I'm like inspiring them to maybe do something of importance, but like maybe I'm a connector and not the thing where it's like, and I don't
Yeah.
know why, but that like,
You're like the
that can
dad in Strictly Ballroom. Remember that movie?
Yeah, no, me and Mike have not seen that movie.
You haven't seen Strictly
I
Ballroom?
haven't watched Strictly Ballroom. I know the premise. It's about
did what I say
ballroom.
make sense?
Yes.
Though?
Yes.
That made sense.
Yes.
You know what's funny? It's thinking about I didn't really I got spanked and stuff, but I'm never, gonna spank my kid.
Yeah. No.
And
No.
the other day we were walking through London and I'm taking her out of the restaurant because she's tired and she's causing a scene. So we're walking around the block and then I took her away from her mom, so she's pissed at me. And she just starts slapping me. And my
Yeah.
kid is big,
Heavy
and
handed.
it is just like pop, pop, pop. And I'm like kind of trying to be like, and I just get pissed off. And at one point, I just hit her hand. I just go, pop, like, stop hitting me. Like,
Yeah.
I say it like
Yeah.
that. I get kind of mad. And she loses it. It's
Oh, yeah.
like the end.
Yeah.
Her universe has been broken. And I felt so
Of course.
bad.
Of course.
And my parents used to wet their hands to spank me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
My mom used to turn her rings around for the fucking
Jesus
jewels to
Christ.
be on the inside,
No, she
and
didn't.
she'd fucking wrap me across the fucking face.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Like that's
Christ.
like real like premeditated abuse.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm fine. She's fine. We're all fine. But it's just
Yeah.
it's a
Mike,
completely fucking different world.
you're not fine.
I know I'm not, but I'll cry
Hey,
if I
but also,
admit it.
buddy,
Not fine.
hey, Mike, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Stop. I will.
I think he
your fault.
will. I think he will if we do
Will.
it 4 more times.
I am crying
Loser
Beetlejuice.
shit.
You just say
Yeah.
it 3 times. I fucking weep.
No, but I get that. I get that
My
you're
heart
like
hurts.
it's my heart hurts. We're going deep.
That's so much
But
caffeine.
I get
This
that.
is a new level of caffeine for Mike.
Yeah, I'm like about to cry. I'm on so much caffeine.
How much do you drink? I stopped caffeine because of this kind of shit.
I started a day with a venti of cold brew. Had
Cold brews are danger.
had a matcha latte.
Danger.
You did not start the podcast drinking this much caffeine, did you?
No, you've inspired me.
Yeah.
Are you big?
I'm
You
sweating.
have
I'm a
Thank
4
you.
cups of cold brew a day guy.
That's too many cups.
It feels like somebody has my heart by the hand.
But the first part of it,
why I had
it's
to
like the
stop.
opposite of
You
weed.
feel good.
No.
Do you love it?
I don't know if I ever.
Do you love
felt
how
good.
awake you are?
I'm
You're
not
probably
awake.
Not
actually
awake,
still
though.
tired.
I'm not awake.
You just feel like crap.
I'm anxious.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
am now.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, this
I'm gonna
is
take an
why
edible
I-
to even out.
You should. Take it for both of us.
This is I stopped. This is why I had to stop caffeine, and then I went down to tea. That's a little bit of caffeine.
Yeah.
And then I went back to caffeine and was like, this makes me feel like a psycho person. And now I just do decaf. Me and
I'm
my daughter,
wet.
me and my 2-year-old just do decaf together.
I'm wet.
The other day I went
I
into
can't
the
even drink a
living
Diet
room.
Coke. I'll freak out.
Really?
Yeah.
Diet Coke actually throws me into more of a spinny vortex than any coffee
Yeah.
or cocaine
I can
ever
do
has.
Coke Zero. I can do regular soda, but the Diet Coke has a lot of caffeine. Like I can drink maybe like a half of one, but
Yeah.
I had like
It's
a
so
full
funny
one.
because I'll drink like 4 of those a night on top of the
I
4 cold
loved
brews.
the thing is that I loved caffeine. I would get the large iced coffees. I would start my day with a large iced coffee and still be like, not enough, and now I drink a half of a small decaf iced coffee from Dunkin'.
I gotta
and I
wean.
save it for the next
I gotta wean.
day.
I think you're right.
I need
Start
to go
on
down.
tea. Do
Yeah.
tea. Go
'Cause
to iced
I,
tea.
I do the thing. Well, I think I'm going to do the thing
Or go
that I
half
did with
calf.
edibles. So with edibles, I got too much. Like I was just taking too much milligrams, and it wasn't even affecting me to a fun. Like I told you, there was like a couple weeks stretch where I was taking 400 milligrams a day.
That's a lot of milligrams.
It's a lot, and honestly, I wasn't even getting that. I was getting high, of course, but like I was more like sedated the next day and I would wake up and I was like, oh god, I don't know, I like, feel all
That's
fucked
an
up.
insane amount of
It's a lot. Yeah,
I think I used to take like 20 milligram
5
edibles.
scares me.
It's too much. I'm not saying that to be cool. I'm saying it because that's like what I was doing.
Yeah.
And
This is what you had gotten up to, what your body told. Just like the people that are like, I'd have to take 2 Ritalin or 3 or whatever, like that thing.
And so I then was like, all right, so I'll start chipping. I'll stop taking during the day, or I'll start taking a little during the day, and then the big dose at night, and then I would like basically reduce in that way until the point where 50 milligrams was getting the job done, and then I didn't wake up as if I was in like the sleepiest quicksand of all time
Pot?
the next day.
When I used to do a lot of pot, and you can tell I haven't done it in a while.
a lot of pot.
I know, and I don't know how I'm supposed to
You
say
used to
it.
inject it.
I used to do some pot. I used to do pot. We used to do but I would always feel more hungover on pot than I did a lot of times if I'd like
My sister's
had
like
a
that
couple
too.
glasses
Oh, you're
of
not
wine
an
or something
alcoholic.
Like that. What'd you say?
Yeah.
You're not an alcoholic. You should drink 6 bottles of aguardiente in the jungle in Guatemala.
Aguardiente. Yes,
Dude.
that shit's well. No, well, here's the thing. Not that I listen. You know me. I black out.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I'm
cool.
I'm cool, guys.
I drink now.
I did coke. No, I love my booze, but like pot would make, and I've definitely gotten hungover. But pot would really make me groggy.
Yeah.
Like if I were to drink like a couple glasses of wine, I'd wake up
Walter Groggins.
whatever, Walter Groggins. But
Walton,
like
damn it.
when I did pot, I'd wake up a little tie, little
Yeah.
sleep,
Little sleepies.
a little sleepies. But
No, now I'm actually kind of building back up, which I need to put a pin in it for sure. I'm at about $1.50.
We should do a cleanse. We should do some resetting with the caffeine and
I would do that. I'm down.
because-
Maybe a challenge.
I've been pretty healthy since we started the podcast. Like I stopped vaping for the most
Yeah.
part.
Oh,
and then-
good.
yeah.
That's
and then
excellent. I'm happy about that.
I got the Zins, which isn't that great, but it's a
White
lot better than
Zinfandel.
people
vaping.
love the Zins.
Yeah, they're like an Adderall lozenge.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just
I'm gonna
the
try those.
what part of the like it's just nicotine.
nicotine, yeah.
It's just nicotine. Because there's people like I know people that have never smoked that do Zins.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. When you get locked in, when that Zin starts pumping, oh, it's good. It's only 30 minutes. But
This
it's good.
episode brought to you by Zin, ZYN.
Nordic Spirit.
Watermelon flavor.
Probably getting close to time. Casey, what's going on in your world?
You want to promote your baby? Your due date?
Yeah, what's your due date?
Well, everybody, if you'd like to meet me at
Wait, hold
Mount
on.
Sinai,
Casey,
beginning of
let's
August.
start recording now.
All right. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. My name is Casey. My guests today are Andy Haynes and Mike Cannon.
Hi.
And we are
All three of
absolutely
us are unhappy with our current position in the world.
losing our shit. And I'm about to bring a child into the world, so you know it's going well. No, I am. This is it's that weird point in life where you're like, I'm 43 and I'm pregnant, which is not where I thought I'd be, but also like kind of glad I had my 20s and my 30s to fuck around and do the coke and stuff like that. And so now I'm just, moving to Jersey City with kids.
Absolutely. And the podcast.
And doing a Broadway podcast that I'm obsessed with. This is like literally this is why I was ready to quit comedy. I was like, I am a theater dork at heart, and I love Broadway. I love the ins and outs. Theater. I love the theater. TRE. And it's called it's called It's Broadway, Bitch. And I've had some amazing guests that I can't even believe have said yes. And we do some silly stuff over there. And it was like one of those things where, like we've talked about this whole episode, where I was like, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And this is something I've been talking about for probably decade. This is the turnaround time for comics. It's like I had an idea a decade ago and it took 10 years to fucking grab my tits
Now
and,
I'm ready.
and do it. Yeah.
Grab my tits and
To
do
grab
it.
my tits and do it. And I love it. And it's fun. So come on over if you want to hear me just chat about behind the scenes of Wicked and Beetlejuice and
Who
I
doesn't?
don't know, all kinds of weird shit. But yeah. And then I have a baby coming and I'm on Instagram, CaseFaceB.
Hell yeah. We'll put it all in the description.
Yeah.
It'll be all in the description. Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much.
Yeah. Andy
We're
and
all
I are
very
on the
happy.
road.
We're all parents. What a
We're all
miracle.
parents.
Yeah.
Isn't that
You go
crazy?
first. I went first last time.
MikeCannonComedy.com for all the dates. Not sure when this will be out, but July
Oh, yeah.
18th and the 19th, I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Creek in the Cave. 4 shows. Very excited for that. If this comes out before the 15th of July, I will be re-recording my first album. I think it just kicked in on the 8-year anniversary.
No, you're not.
It's a culture
Can I host
shifting
it? I
moment.
hosted it.
You want to be on it?
I hosted the first
Yeah,
one.
let's do it. All right, excellent. Nice. Boom. Sagalo just got bumped. So
Fuck you,
I forgot you did that.
I hosted it.
Wow, you hosted that
Because
and then
Yamanika
also Gramercy
canceled.
Theater.
I hosted a lot of your stuff.
I fucking
buddy.
love that.
Wait, I have a date
I'm so
too.
pro-woman.
You're a feminist icon, babe. Wait, can I plug a date too? Sorry,
you know
I
what?
forgot.
Can we boost that about myself? How pro-woman I am? Because nobody,
Yes.
you know, I
No,
I
we're not gonna
really,
boost it.
I mean, Nicole, I've voluntarily included women in a lot of my
He's
work.
lifted me up many times. Because whenever I'm like, Mike, how much are you getting paid? He's like, a lot more than you. And I'm like, I'm going to go back and ask for more money. You're
I
always,
mean-
you're my person I go to
Yeah.
a lot. Because I'll be like, you were just here. And they're giving me this with a comma. I was like, that's cool. Because they offered me $300. So I'm going to go back and get some travel money.
Yeah.
I've gotten more money because of Mike a few times. So there
I'm
we
a
go.
man of the women. So spread that around. Give my career a boost. I'll help any woman out there as long as you guys watch my shit.
Yes.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
You said you had a date.
Oh, I'm re-upping my I did a one-woman show about infertility
It's
and
the
I
fucking best.
and I have to update it now obviously because there is fertility happening, but I have a date October 11th at City Winery. I'm going to be putting up the brand new version of it so
Performing it live.
performing it live.
Excellent. Because you
City-
filmed it at the Triad, and that was
I did.
before Goldie.
That was before Goldie, and then I filmed it again, and I went to Fringe with it, awful place. And now we're revamping it with a bit of a happy ending.
That's excellent.
So
That's
yes,
great.
It's-
October 11th.
I'll push it because I left that show like inspired.
Thanks.
It's hard to like watch your friend do a thing anyway, and then you
Yeah,
don't know
it
what to
is.
expect, and you're going to be pumped about it no matter what. I think you're so fucking funny.
Thanks, bud.
Off rip, and then you watch that, and there's so much feeling and real, like just reality and just everything to it on top of being so punchy. It's like a great hour, and I left, and I was like still half in tears, and I texted you, and I was like, that was another level of comedy
Thanks.
that just doesn't, you don't get to see that a lot. It had so many dimensions to it. It's so fucking
Thanks.
good. So if you get the opportunity, please see
October 11th,
Casey. She's
New
so
York
good.
City. Thank you so much.